Racism, it is a deeply ingrained issue in society around the world, but it is not insurmountable. Today, we are discussing practical steps we can take to end racism once and for all. But first, let's watch this video. Pay attention.
At the age of 7, my family immigrates from Zimbabwe to Aotearoa. I pass through customs, but my culture is made to stay behind. In the classroom, I am afraid my tongue will beat back to its African rhythm, be concussed by fear, have amnesia, turn all its memories to dust. Yesterday I was African, today I am lost. Maybe I was blinded by the neon sign of opportunity. The best way I know how to share the perspective of those I represent as a black immigrant woman is through my writing. So I make poetry and I decide to send it to the man who sat behind me on the train last week, who had the audacity to touch my hair without asking. I didn't say anything, which is crazy because I almost always have something to say. But in that moment, like my split ends, my mouth was almost too dry to speak. Luckily, my hair speaks volumes. Tangled and twisted, there are stories in these curls, stories of a mother, father, stamped with a number, marked as objects, sold as property. Stories of my ancestors who were shackled in cages, displayed in zoos. The same way you stroke me like an exhibit in a petting zoo, it's twisted and it's tangled, but there are stories in these curls, a beautiful position of my history's oppression. And you look at me like I am Medusa's child, cursed. I'm making everyone blind to my self-worth, and for years I tried to strip myself of this curse with the potion of chemicals. Despite the burn of sodium hydroxide on my scalp, the smell of burning flesh which filled the room, I was hypnotized at the prospect of having straight hair cascade this broken body of insecurity, hoping to put myself back together with glued-in weave tracks, causing receding hairlines as I mentally recede back in time to a time of my ancestors' inferiority, to a time of no authority, forever believing that I was the target minority. And you can't tell me to tame this mane because in fact you are the lion. And in this jungle where racism runs wild, I am your prey, you are my predator, devouring my history, leaving me so raw that my own flesh builds a grave for me to lie in. I'm buried deep in my roots. So dear racism, I am choosing to rewrite the history you gave me because I know the future belongs to those who prepare for it. And you have been preparing me for centuries.
Racism is a complex and systemic problem that requires a multifaceted approach to address. So let's break it down. Step 1. Education and awareness. We need to educate ourselves and others about the history and impact of racism. This means acknowledging the injustice of the past and understanding how they continue to affect people today. From books and documentaries to workshops and discussions, there are countless resources available to help us learn and unlearn. Step 2. Listen and amplify. It is crucial that we listen to and amplify the voices of those who have been marginalized and oppressed. This means creating space for diverse perspectives and experiences to be heard and respected. By actively listening to the experiences of others, we can gain a deeper understanding of the realities of racism and work towards meaningful change. Step 3. Speak up and take action. Silence is complicity. We must speak out against racism wherever and whenever we encounter it, whether it is in our community, workplaces, or online. From signing petitions and attending rallies to advocating for policy changes and supporting anti-racism organizations, there are countless ways to take action and make a difference. And finally, step 4. Commit to change. Ending racism is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing commitment. We must be willing to do the work even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient. So let's commit to creating a world where everyone is treated with dignity, respect, and equality. Together we can end racism.